points the difference.
The Bulldogs.
Footscray 1 goal 2, North Melbourne 2 goals 1. Same number of shots, scoring shots for goal, and only 5 points between the teams. Now with this breeze, I think the ball should be delivered straight down the ground. That's the way I see it. John Law with the ball, doing much as I did suggest. Glendenning takes the mark. Now he's nearly down on centre wing, so that was a free kick there against Kelly, evidently, for nudging out. So Cordy takes the free kick, goes short, the mark taken by Williams. Now, if anyone can kick this goal, it could be Williams. It's about 45 metres out. The breeze will be slightly against him, but he's a very good kick of the ball. He seems to keep the ball down fairly low. Good-looking kick, and it's through. It's a goal.
Well called too by Jack Edwards as Ian Williams. You hit the nail right in the head, Jack. He is a magnificent kick of a football, and there are very few Footscray players who would have kicked a goal from that distance out into the breeze. But Ian Williams is a great kick, and the Bulldogs are looking good early in this match. North Melbourne on 2-1-13, Footscray 2-2-14, and no doubt the end is that North is kicking to is slightly favoured by the breeze.
I was just about to say though, Peter, I don't think it's going to have a big bearing on the game itself. But there's Williams again going forward, looking for Beasley. The kick is a little bit too wide for Beasley, and one for the boundary umpire, no doubt. So the ball will be thrown in the forward pocket for Footscray. Only about 35 metres out from goal is where the ball will land.
Well, it's actually amazing how well sides do play, because they get that running style game going into the breeze, Jack, and keep possession.
Well, Footscray approved this, didn't they? McKenna picked last week. McKenna picking the ball up, going toward Beasley. Royals a chance. No, taken away by Cowton. Given to Hodgman. Given to Ramsey. Ramsey can see a lead down at half-forward, or it's too long for McCann, I would think. Oh, got up. Got the hands of it, taken away by Egan, doing well in the first term. Glendenning doesn't drop many. Not many of those, anyhow. Pass is a good one, Atkins. Thought of playing on and does so. Cracker, Jimmy Cracker. Nearly caught. Takes plenty of time to get balanced. Drives into the goal square. Look at this. It's a goal to Fury. And he kicks it right out of the ground into Arden Street. So North Melbourne move on to take the lead. Fury kicks his second goal, so North Melbourne 3-1, 19 points. Footscray 2-2, 14 points on Seven's big lead.
And that goal resulted from a beautifully placed kick by Glendenning from centre half back, who never wastes a kick. And Jimmy Cracker showed a fair amount of pace to get away. Then he almost was caught in possession of the ball. A long pass down there to Fury, who was caught. Well, I think Jimmy Sewell was in an awkward position, Jack, because he had to run to meet a North Melbourne player coming down the ground.
Well, the whole point being, had Fury not been there, Peter, that ball would have gone through for goal anyhow. So it was a good piece of work, as Peter said, started by Glendenning at the half-back position. There's not too many better players in the game than Ross Glendenning. Back to the centre bounce now. North Melbourne lead by 5 points over Footscray. We've gone past the 20-minute mark now of the first term. Comes to Wallace. Kicks high. Glendenning's big fist drives it down, but taken by Sewell. Back to Glendenning, and that should be another mark. And the umpire called play on, or pushing the back anyhow.
Touched off the boot, that Jack.
Greg caught. Good tackle. It's on the turn. There's a chance for Royal. Beasley leads. The ball up to the forward pocket, and once again out of bounds. So Footscray in attack, about 25 metres out from goal. The boundary line, boundary umpire will bring the ball in. Only 5 points between the teams, and thankfully the light rain that we had just prior to the game has ceased momentarily, or may it be permanently. Tapped down by Dempsey, comes to Royal, threw it out of the pack. Hodgman picks up, tried to get it to Greg, did so, but couldn't do much with it. Another pack forming up, another bounce taking place.
Yes, 20 metres out from the Footscray goal, and well, hopefully we're going to have a very, very close and entertaining game. Today, Alistair Ford got into the back of Dempsey there, a little bit of inexperience. And Dempsey will take this free kick at that centre half-back position. He was going to hand pass. Now he elects to kick straight down the centre of the ground. A chance for the high flyers. Over the back, it's punched away by Wallace. Doug Smith is there. Now it's all diving on top of the ball for the Footscray side was Foster. Now it's McCann. Gets it out wide to Atkins, a pacey Atkins. He's gone short with a low pass, and he finds Fairley on half-forward flank.
Well, Fairley kicked a goal. No, he went very close, didn't he, in the first part of the term?
No, he got a goal.
He did get a goal, that's right. He won't quite make the distance here. The ball in the forward pocket, being thumped out now. So we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place in North Melbourne's forward pocket position. It'll land about 35 to 40 metres out from goal.
Purser from behind, punched away by Foster. Out it comes to Phil Cracker. He ducks and weaves. Now he's got it on the left foot. He's gone the pass to Kelly and he's found him. Great play by Phil Cracker. And there's one thing about Cracker, well, both Cracker boys, especially Phil, he never wastes the ball. And
I don't know how he saw Kelly out
no,
there.
you could just see him out the corner of his eye, I think, Jack, as Kelly lines up with the drop punt, fires at the goals, and he has made no mistake. Straight through the centre, and North Melbourne have kicked goal number 4. In fact, 4 goals, 1-25 to Footscray 2-2-14.
Not a bad start for North Melbourne, although as we've said a few times, North Melbourne do have possibly the advantage of the breeze, but to me it's coming mainly across the ground. And I don't really think it's going to have a big bearing on the game, except if they can get the ball out on that half-forward flank on the outer side. So back to the middle with umpire Neville Nash. Dempsey, the veteran ruckman and the young ruckman. The young ruckman got that taken down by Purser, kicked by Kelly, down to McCann, given to Atkins, he goes short, and a beautiful pass back to Atkins. North Melbourne looking good here as Atkins goes goal. That was a lovely passage of football. A great passage of football on Sevens big league. Good teamwork. North Melbourne 5-1, 31. Footscray 2-2-14.
Within kicking distance to Bruce Duperuzal. Now he would be about 45 metres out from goal, directly in front with the wind almost at his back, so he should make the distance. Let's see how his accuracy is. There's the drop punt. It's a low one. Will it get there? No, it doesn't make the distance. Alistair Ford, or was it Beasley? Ford, in fact, snapped on the right foot. A great goal to the young forward.
He kicks his second goal, Alistair Ford, on Sevens big league. Footscray improved their second quarter tally now after being 2-2 at the first change. They moved their score to 3 goals 5. That's 23 points opposed to North Melbourne 7-7-49. So as we approach the 20-minute mark, we have about 35 seconds to go before we reach it. Footscray looking a little bit better, but they haven't taken full advantage of the breeze here, Peter. But as I did say in the first quarter, I don't really think it's going to have a great effect on the game.
Purser beaten by Dimble. There's Hawkins getting one high. Play on, said the umpire, as the kick came from Holden up towards half-court. Oh, Schimmelbusch over to Jimmy Cracker into the open goal. He fires. It's a goal. Great play by North.
North Melbourne looking good. They're moving the ball fairly well indeed. The 20 minutes have gone now in the second quarter, and North Melbourne kicked that goal very quickly. I did say we had 35 seconds to go. North Melbourne kicked that goal within 35 seconds.
Well, Jack, their teamwork is tremendous at the moment. They move that ball so quickly. If Footscray got a goal through Alistair Ford, and all of a sudden it took them, as you said, only a matter of seconds to get that ball up there with beautiful teamwork and a goal to Jimmy Cracker.
North Melbourne leading by 32 points over Footscray. North Melbourne not looking badly either. They're looking fairly good, Peter. We saw them play Collingwood a few weeks ago. They had finished the game with a lot of injury and lost that game to Collingwood. And Peter and I also had the chance to see Footscray and Collingwood last week in a game which Footscray really should have won, but there again, Collingwood won on both accounts. So Dempsey got the tap from that one, down to Anderson, trapped it well, came through the pack nicely and moved the ball quickly into the attack.
Beasley in front, and he judged that one beautifully, and this time in front of Gary Cowton. Now let's hope for Footscray's sake he doesn't miss this one. He's already missed 2 in this quarter, and he is only 25 to 30 metres out, directly in front. A little bit left to right on your screen this ball should travel, but he should make no mistake about this one.
No, he's a lot closer than the last 2 attempts.
There's the stab at the ball, no doubt about that one. The goal umpire didn't move. 1 goal to Simon Beasley, and maybe that'll give Footscray a little bit of heart. They kicked their 4th. 4 goals 5, 29, trailing North Melbourne 8-7-55.
We're approaching the 22-minute mark now. You're watching the second term on North Melbourne, from North Melbourne of the Sevens Big League. Been a fairly interesting game. North Melbourne are playing very systematic football, teaming very well, coming out of defence well too, where Keith Gregg is certainly playing a great game of football. And the Cracker boys have seemed as though they might be tuned in now, Peter. They are playing well. So Dempsey and Purser again. Purser got the tap.
Half forward, Neil Cordy. Great play, Neil Cordy. He gets a hurried kick in up towards the forward line. Those Footscray forwards have got to get in front. all sorts of trouble in here for North, but oh, they're coming away through Demetrio at half-back. Taken away by Glendinning, knocks it on towards Schimmelbusch. He was caught, and the umpire said he was caught when he didn't have the ball. Wayne Schimmelbusch will take the kick at half-back flank.
I think he may look for Dempsey, who's leading toward the wing position. Be nice to always have someone to kick to. Purser tries to get the front position. The ball comes to turn. Phil Cracker out to Fury. Fury pushed aside. Good play by Davidson there. Put Fury off balance and picked up nicely. Goes for a very short pass, which is thumped down by Hodgman, taken by Kelly, given back to Hodgman. He couldn't accept it. He keeps going, though, with the ball in front of him. Kim Hodgman tries to hook it back. It's a chance for North Melbourne now, in front of goal. And that mark has been paid there. So the umpire has paid it to Tony Fury. So that was a nice piece of work by Hodgman, wasn't it?
Great determined play by Hodgman, but what a good mark there in the pack there by Fury. He's a very, very impressive player. He kicked 2 goals in the first quarter. He goes in and gets the ball. He gets the hard ball. He can mark, he can run, and I think he is going to be a star for North Melbourne in the future.
Well, let's see how he fares with this shot for goal from only 20 metres out. Wasn't a very good looking kick, hit the post. It was a... one behind. 8-8-56 North Melbourne to 4-5-29 Footscray. Kelly a chance now. The ball just got the hand of that Kelly. Anderson smothered by Atkins. Ball on the turf. Wallace hasn't done much today. He gives it back out to Anderson, who gets the ball moving quickly. Keith Gregg should take this mark. Oh, well spoiled by Edmund.
Taken away there by Brian Royal. He fires at the goals, and this one is offline again. I was still in play, said the umpire, as it comes to that half-forward line, and Edmund caught when he didn't have the ball. The umpire said he did have the ball, and the free kick, a bit unlucky to Jimmy Edmund, although the umpire said he was lying on the ball, and Roy Ramsey immediately gives it across to Ross Glendinning. He streams away from full-back and kicks short, out towards the half-back line. Stephen Wallace is there for Footscray. Oh, he ran at the man instead of the ball.
And the ball finishes up with Phil Cracker going out wide to McCann, coming out from the pocket, looked like McDonald. Schimmelbusch going goal. It should have had the shot. He balks. That's and a nice piece of work. The fellow who came out, I thought was McDonald before. It wasn't. It was Fairley, but that was a nice piece of work by Wayne Schimmelbusch. So Sevens Big League showing the scoreboard here at the Arden Street ground. North Melbourne 9 goals, 8, 62 points. Footscray 4-5, 29 points.
And I think young Stephen Wallace could learn a valuable lesson from that, Jack, back in the centre of the ground where he took his eyes off the ball and ran at his North Melbourne opponent, and I think that's what set up the goal for North.
Well, that's where it all started from, back there at the half-back line.
Centre of the ground, Purser and Dempsey. There's Stephen Wallace, he's got it. Gets the kicking. Down towards the half-forward line. Oh, good strong. Oh, Cowton ran into Edmund. Now it's taken away by Duperuzal. He fires it. I think it might have got through. It did. A very good goal to Bruce Duperuzal. And Footscray certainly are not giving up without a fight. They move on to 5-5. North Melbourne 9-8.
We're approaching now the 26-minute mark of the term, the second quarter from the Arden Street ground. 9-8-62 is the North Melbourne score to Footscray 5-5-35. The umpires today are umpires Morrow and Nash. Umpire Nash with the ball at present, about to get things underway as the time clock ticks up toward the 26-minute mark. Purser and Dempsey continue the battle. Dempsey one out. Atkins got it down to Jimmy Cracker, out to Phil Cracker. Long hand pass to McCann. McCann is on. Oh, a trip was the umpire's decision, yes.
Yes, good decision. That was against Peter Foster at centre half-back, who's finding it difficult. He's trying hard, but... well,
McCann's a very accomplished footballer, Peter.
Well, and the way they're getting it down into attack, it's very difficult for defenders when the ball is coming down quickly. And that's exactly what North Melbourne can do. Now, McCann should get this. He won't make the distance from there, I wouldn't think, but he could get it right up in the goal square. Oh, that's a mammoth kick. It will drop short, will it? No, that is a quick kick into the wind. Well called, wasn't it, Jack? A goal to Stephen McCann, a tremendous kick with the drop punt. I didn't give him any chance from there. And North move on to 10 goals, 8, 68. Footscray 5-5-35.
Well, I was saying before, Peter, that Stephen McCann is a very accomplished footballer. He's fast, he's strong, he can mark, and they've just found out he can kick.
Well, that was a mammoth kick. I gave him no chance whatsoever.
Beautiful goal. 68 playing 35 in North Melbourne's favour. Back to umpire Nash and the two ruckmen duly out there, Dempsey and Purser, picked up by Atkins after Dempsey's tap. Going to bounce badly for everybody here. A tricky bounce to Reid. Well taken on that occasion by Fury. Got the ball back out to Sewell, who took plenty of time to get balanced. Benson let a hand pass go towards Schimmelbusch, but can't take it. Atkins dives on the ball. Retained it well. Holden picks up, and a free kick has been paid to Atkins.
Yes, Atkins. Almost in the centre of the ground. Now he's looking for the short one, and he'll get it here as he finds Cracker, and this is Jimmy Cracker at centre-half forward. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if there could be another short one on here. Yes, you could have. Well, they telegraphed it. We could see it. I don't think the Footscray defenders could, Jack.
Well, Hodgman left Egan behind with a quick lead, and it's pretty hard when you're standing alongside a fellow. You don't know when he's going to go, and all of a sudden he goes boom, gets that metre break, and that's all they need.
On the other hand, Jack, there should be a defender. When there's a space like that, there should be a defender in that space to cut off those short ones, because now it looks like a certain goal to Hodgman from 30 metres out directly in front. He fires. It's coming around with the breeze, and it is a goal kicked by Kim Hodgman. That's 2 to Kim. And North Melbourne have kicked their 11. 11 goals, 8. What's that, 74 to Footscray 5-5, 35.